Anime doesn't get better than this. The joke. Back with a whole
まさに
video.
空を動いているのは何なんです
And we're already on something I don't even know. What is this anime?
地球だ
Earth.
地球って
Earth, but that's...
そんなわけ
Whoa,
地球
You have never
What's wrong
seen
with
an
this
anime
man?
like this before. Peak is one of the most overused words in the anime community right
Wait,
now.
but
I swear,
it's a good
people are
word,
calling
bro.
anything peak now, as long as it's a new
Nigga, Attack on Titan's peak. No
shiny
timing.
thing to enter our
That's not
community.
peak.
Hot new
Peak.
show everyone seems to be talking about. Peak. Flashy, well-animated fight scene just dropped.
That's peak.
This man has
That's
aura.
peak. That's peak.
It's been used
Obviously
so much that when a series comes along that embodies what that word should mean, I don't even want to call it that in case it cheapens the
I don't know.
experience it brings.
That's
But
Attack on Titan, come on, that's
a
peak,
show has
y'all.
come along
We can
where
all agree
no
Attack on
matter
Titan is
what
peak
word
fiction.
I
Come
use
on,
to
guys.
describe it, I still feel it wouldn't be doing it justice because no words I say can properly convey the experience it gave me. It is simply that good. An anime
even
that is
call it
not
peak
just
because it's
passing
over
fads, doesn't have flashy fights, but simply gives you a one-of-a-kind experience that showcases the true depth of the human spirit. That's as beautiful as it is inspirational, and like many of the truly greats, has something I feel many of us need to hear. A show that, to me, is not just in the running of anime for the season or even anime of the year, it's right up there as possibly my anime of the decade. And I say that knowing full well that this decade will have the likes of Frieren,
come on now.
and Vinland Saga.
Come on now.
That show was all
peak shows.
on the movements of the earth.
This one?
But before that, Anime Girls. Thanks to today's sponsor, Girls Frontline
Huh?
2 Exilium. Girls Frontline 2
What does it say?
Exilium.
Anime Girls. W ad. Let's get to that video.
If you imply a time when everyone. And with that said, back to Orb. It's alternate history Poland. A time when everyone knows the Earth is the center of the universe, and the church gets a little pissy if you imply anything but that, branding anyone who spreads opposing ideas as heretics and tries to make them see the light by making them see the light.
So controlling.
Rafael,
Wow.
a normal kid searching for an easy life, has a chance meeting with a scientist and, under some extenuating circumstances, tells him about this little thought experiment that turns his whole world...
Wait, he mentioned this in one of his videos. Don't he, like, I don't know, lose his mind or something? Like, he doesn't remember something from... He, like, dies and... I don't know, let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Or sideways. Or left to right. Or, yeah, I guess space technically doesn't have any directions. Rafael, you've become part of a bigger universe. You just...
Like, ain't that him?
Just don't know it yet.
Spoiler,
You're
I'm
putting
sorry.
Together a team.
I'm
I'm putting
spoiling.
together a team. We're gonna call them...
Nigga, what? Heliocentric. I don't think I was saying, by the way. Fan Avengers.
The idea that the very Earth they are standing on is actually moving. An idea so profound, so dangerous, it could get them tortured and killed.
Really?
And yet this little conversation starts a domino effect of a journey spanning years, spanning decades, about man's perseverance in the pursuit of truth and knowledge no matter the cost. So, it's an anime about proving the Earth rotates around the sun?
Yeah.
But, ew, isn't that like... boring space shit? Okay, first off, you don't find the concept of turning the world upside down with one of the biggest scientific discoveries in history interesting? It's okay. I'll just find someone else to talk about all these 3-hour space fights before C2 videos. And secondly,
it's an idea,
watching anime
you know?
can sometimes
The loose
be like
stupid
eating
like, come on,
pizza.
bro.
I'm going somewhere with this, I swear. I've always got time for good pizza. Who doesn't love a good pizza? And there are so many variations. You can order one of the big three if you just want something comforting and familiar. A New York slice if you want to destroy your body in a great tasting
I don't know
way.
if that's New York
Stone-baked
slice.
sourdough if you feel a little fancier.
Yeah,
Some of you
that's not
sickos like
giving.
Hawaiian. It's okay.
No.
I went through a period of
No.
my life where I wanted to feel different too.
Pineapples
I will never
on pizza
get
needs
bored
to
of
stop.
pizza. But at the same time, it's pizza. I know what to expect. I've had it a million times before, and I will continue to do so. But then, I remember the first time I tried skimen, a dish I would have never heard of if I didn't move to Japan, and it awoke something in me. A noodle dish burst full of flavor, unlike any ramen dish I tried.
Okay,
And
where are you
right
going
there
here,
and
buddy?
then, a new craving had formed.
Yo!
A craving I had
How
never
about
had
this?
before. And as you get older and continue to try new things, experiencing that first bite of this completely new dish, something you've never tasted before, gets harder and harder to find. And it's moments like that that reminds you there is more to life than just pizza.
True.
What was I talking about again? Orb is
Yeah,
so far
you went way off topic, bro.
removed from any concept I've seen in anime before, and that's such a rare feeling to have now. Does that mean you're necessarily gonna fuck with it because it's something new? No, but Orb is one of those cases where exploring
like
something
something
new
new. I like
allows them
new
to do
anime,
something
bro.
magical with it that you
Freeman?
rarely
When I
get to
started
see in
Freeman,
other
that was
anime.
new.
Right off the opening bat, the show sets up its
great.
world, sets up its goals. We're gonna drop the biggest bombshell this globe has ever seen, and we're gonna do it without getting caught. You understand what's happening, you get the general direction the story is heading, and that's the exact moment it grabs you by the neck and choke slams you onto the ground,
yo.
thinking you were smart enough to know where the plot was taking you. Almost immediately, you realize the stakes are real, and it is not here to fuck
Whoa,
around.
whoa,
As
whoa,
soon as
whoa,
you think you know what
chill.
is going to happen next is the exact point where you should be the most afraid. It is rare nowadays that a series does something that is genuinely able to surprise me once, and yet Orb was able to do it like half a dozen times. This is a show that doesn't play by the book, it rips it apart and writes its own,
okay.
all led by the greatest anime
He's
villain
cooking.
we've seen of this decade thus far. Normally
I'm
when we talk
interested.
about anime, we use other anime as a frame of reference, but
Right.
I haven't seen a character as terrifying as Novak since Christoph Waltz's performance in Inglourious Bastards. A man whose sheer presence doubles your blood pressure when he's on screen,
He's a menace to
demanding your
society?
attention in every scene he's in and refusing to let go. A smart, calculated man, ruthlessly efficient
Bro,
in
look
his
at them
job of
eyes,
and
bro.
refusing to let go. A smart,
Nigga, I would not mess with anyone with these type of eyes, bro. Killer eyes.
calculated man, ruthlessly efficient in his job of catching heretics, but the most terrifying thing of all is that he's someone who sees themselves as completely in the right and can use that as justification to enact some of the most
That's the
heinous
worst
things
type
a
of people,
person can
bruh.
bring upon another human being. There are moments in this that craft the kind of tension where you forget to breathe because you genuinely do not know which direction a scene is going to go. Are we going to continue moving forwards? Is it going to head sideways, or is Novak dragging us all into hell? And
Oh
you
my
think that
God,
if you
that's
just let your
crazy,
guard down
that's
for a
crazy.
single second,
Bro,
somehow
chill.
it'll affect the fates of the characters.
Oh,
on screen.
what is he
It
doing,
has
bro?
been
Torture?
So long since the show has been able to make me feel that. And yet, this high-stakes cat and mouse game isn't even the show's
God.
biggest strength, and Novak arguably isn't even the best character. Rafal, a boy too smart for his age who just wants an easy life. Baldani, an egotistical priest chasing achievements at any price. Ozki, a man desperately looking for hope in a world without salvation. Yolenta, Schmidt, Albert, Draka, Hubert.
He's
Orb
naming
is
them.
one of
He's
the
name
best
dropping.
cast of characters I've seen in anime. You'll be following the story of one character and you'll think, this is him. This is my guy. You'll get invested in his story, get intrigued on their life perspective, start believing the same things they do, cheer for them to come out on top, and that's when the story will switch perspectives to some random ass character, and you're like, "Pfft, who is this man? Who does this fraud think he is? This is not my guy." Then, through one single conversation, you'll perch up and think, hold on, let's hear what he has to say. You'll get invested in their story, get intrigued on their perspective of life, start believing the same things they do, cheer for them to come out on. This happens like 4 or more times. There is no
What?
protagonist here, only people working towards.
Wait, bro's cooking, bro. This is a show where there's no protagonist. It just switches characters. Come on now.
The
Don't
common goal
sound-
of the
don't sound
pursuit of truth,
interesting.
no matter what the obstacles are. Each of different ages,
been looking for something
ideals,
new,
goals, and
too.
beliefs with a personal philosophy shaped by their own life experiences, and all somehow as interesting as each other. It is bloody impossible to choose a favorite character here. Every single person introduced has their own
But they're all
reasons for
cooking.
being a part of all this. Some of them with completely opposing philosophies, and the series constantly lets them
wow.
go at each other. One character will make a point, and you'll be like,
その神に人格はないし解釈も不可能私はただ神の作った自然を崇拝するだけだ
damn, okay, maybe this
interesting.
guy's got a point. Then another character will retort, being like,
ちょっと待って、自然を崇拝すること自体が一つの解釈なんじゃ。
okay, wait.
But this is a.
Dialogue.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. This
One
goes
of the
so
most amazing
deep.
things this show
This is
does.
so deep,
Listen
bro.
to this. The thing you oppose isn't me, nor is it heretics. It's part imagination and part curiosity. In short, it's truth itself. It spreads like an epidemic. Not even the host can control it. It's not the sort of harmless thing that can be tamed by an organization. Now, how hard does this quote go? And yet, it is one of just countless uttered by
The way he just cooked on that quote. Holy shit. If I was on my Instagram notes, that would be quite a day.
every single character you meet that can make enough inspirational plaques to fill up a Midwestern mum's bathroom. A wrong answer isn't a meaningless one. Heliocentrism is my faith. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
The
I think
bar!
that's a quote from Spy Kids too. This anime is a
That's a
non-stop
bar, bro.
battleground of ideas, and the chosen weapon is spoken word. It is a dense series, incredibly dense. Dense in character, dense in ideas.
This is something I could, like,
denser
deep
than
dive
the Earth
into, bro.
itself,
Holy
denser
shit.
than a neutron
I'm gonna
star.
start it. I
Not as
need
dense
it.
as your mum. Yet somehow it feels like there's never any fat to it. Every scene, every conversation serves a purpose. Even if it's not directly moving the plot along, the characters themselves never stand still. Meta. Metaphorically speaking, there's a lot standing around in this anime. And yeah, for an anime that initially seems to be about sticking it to the church, yeah, science, bitch, pursuit of truth. Not once does it ever feel like it's preaching to you. It would have been so easy to try and preach a message, yet through its characters, it presents a point of view from both sides and allows you to come to your own conclusion, even if it's not necessarily the same ones the characters come to. Because with each passing conversation, you can slowly see the impact each character makes on each other's ideology. Little by little, they change each other. One person will completely stand for one thing, and then 5 episodes later, through interacting with the people around them, you see the character make a major decision that seemingly goes against everything they initially stood for. These aren't just well-established 3-dimensional characters. This is an absolute masterpiece of character-driven storytelling. Characters will talk, affect each other, shoulder the words of the people they meet, and change. Not necessarily for the better, not necessarily for the worse, but what's necessary for them. People will die without achieving their dreams, their ambitions left unfulfilled, yet not once do you feel like anyone left this story not finding what they were truly looking for. And it's fucking beautiful. I really cannot put into words how awe-inspiring the writing is here. Isaac Newton is one of the greatest scientists in history. This is a man who discovered the laws of motion, the laws of gravity, fundamental laws we still use today hundreds of years later. Then, as a side project to study the movements of the moon, accidentally invents an entire branch of mathematics you might recognize called calculus, all before the age of 26. And yet, he had the audacity to say, "If I've seen further, it is by standing on the shoulder of giants." This series embodies the spirit of that quote to its core. There are few shows that can so wonderfully showcase the true depth of the human spirit as Orb. Without power levels, without any screaming men pushing past their limits, it shows that progress is a collaborative effort achieved through the sharing of ideas and perspective, right and wrong. It is not a single person, it is people that write the course of history. People that have found a belief they will stand for against all odds. Barriers be damned, a belief shaped by listening to the people around them. Remember these two? Well, their conversation ends like this.
あなたが正しいとは全く思わない。
そのままお返しさせていただく。
Here are two people that can find no middle grounds, and yet by simply acknowledging each other's viewpoint, can still come to understand, affect, and eventually even trust in each other. And goddamn, is that not the...
Bro, I feel like they're all, like, the characters are all just cooking. They have their own sort of thinking, and their thinking ain't right. Or they don't think their thinking is wrong. It's just they're trying to find what's right. You feel me? This show got me thinking. You see,
the kind of
I got me thinking.
The series puts every single one of these characters in a place where their truth is challenged, and asks, what is the right way to act when it happens? Because the longer the series goes on, the more you realize it was never about proving heliocentrism was true, but that belief, blind belief, is one of the most dangerous mindsets you can have, no matter what that belief is. And that, I think, is one of the most important messages we all need to hear. In a time when it feels like the world could never be more divided, when nobody can seemingly agree on anything,
you ain't wrong,
this series shook me to my core. If Vinland Saga taught you that you have no enemies, Orb tells you it's okay to also just listen to them. It shows that true strength comes not from those who are always right, but from those who can concede when they are wrong. It's a reminder that you don't always have to agree, but that doesn't mean you cannot understand and empathize, because you are a part of something bigger. The world is so much larger than the little bubble you make for yourself, and with or without you, will continue moving. So, if that's the case, you should never forget to continue moving forwards with it. Orb is a series about moving the earth, and that includes all of us. Hey guys, hope you
Shit, bro. Damn, bro. I have to check this shit out. Like, I'm actually invested. Like, nigga, I gotta watch that shit. Like now, bro. Holy shit, bro. Alright, it's 3:20 in the morning. Wanna watch it? Fuck it, fuck my bedtime. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow all my social media down below in the description. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, deuce. I'll see y'all in the next one. Gigguk video. Ciao.